Just wanted to talk, that's all.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Friday, September 5th, and we have got a big series tonight. Yankees taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Yankees are 3 games back in the division. Quite simply, if they win all 3 games, they will share first place. All things considered, Gauntlet is off to a pretty good start. The Yankees won 2 out of 3 in Houston. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but honestly, they could have swept. I feel like there was an opportunity to sweep there. Going to Devin Williams in Game 2 was a mistake. Umpires hosed us a little bit, but yeah, could have swept. And now, all the coaches, all the players will say, take it one day at a time. And to a certain extent, that's true. Play with urgency on any given day, right? That goes for the manager especially, right? You can't be managing the bullpen 2 or 3 days ahead of time like Aaron Boone likes to do. You got to go for the kill. I remember back in the 04 ALCS, and maybe this isn't the best, most memorable example to use, but when the Red Sox were down 3-0, they just kept throwing Keith Folk out there, right? I mean, pretty much every single day. He was exhausted, but they had to do it because they had to win, and he was their best option. I think the Yankees need to go for that kill in the same way. I mean, if you got to overuse some guys to avoid pitching Devin Williams, then that's what you got to do. And the truth is, if the Yankees have a really strong 9 games against these 3 playoff opponents, they can put themselves in a position to have a first-round bye. And if they have a really bad 9 games, they could potentially miss the playoffs. I don't think they're going to miss the playoffs, but they definitely could end up as one of the lower wildcard teams. Now, they will finish off against some weaker opponents. We all know that. We've talked about that. But you got to get through these 9 games first. And then you got to see where you're at. And hopefully, if you share first place, then you can really, or if you're in first place by yourself, then really you can create some separation by playing these weaker opponents. I, for one, hope they rattle off 22 wins in a row. Worth noting, biggest series of the year kicking off. And we have Aaron Judge back in right field. And we have Anthony Volpe on the bench. Caballero is getting the start at shortstop tonight, which I find very interesting, considering how much they like to pump up Volpe and how much they're saying they love this kid. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup for tonight real quick. Let me hang on just a second. I got too many windows open, and that always causes it to be stupid. So hang on, let me just pull this up real quick, and we'll take a look at tonight's lineup because I feel like the Yankees are running their best possible team out there tonight, right? They're trying to go for the kill. Okay, we got it working now. So we got Trent Grisham leading off. He is in center field. Ben Rice batting second. He is catching. We got Aaron Judge batting third. He is in right field. Cody Bellinger in left field batting cleanup. Giancarlo Stanton back in there at the DH spot. He is batting fifth. Jazz Chisholm Jr. came out of the game last night with 2 banged up knees. He is in there at second base tonight, batting sixth. Paul Goldschmidt batting seventh. Ryan McMahon batting eighth. He is at third base. And Jose Caballero batting ninth. He is at shortstop. This game will be on both the Yes Network and MLB Network, and I'm looking forward to it. But this is not going to be an easy series. The Yankees are going to have to play their best baseball to even take 2 out of 3, let alone 3 out of 3. Let's talk about Cam Schlittler. This is the biggest game of his career so far. And Cam Schlittler night has become kind of an event in my house. I love watching this kid. I am genuinely pumped up all day when he's pitching. And you look at the numbers, 48 and a third innings, 54 strikeouts, 2.61 ERA. He had a 2.82 ERA in the minor leagues. He has walked 20 guys. That's too many. 6 home runs allowed. Look, it's quite simple. If you win tonight, you shave a game off the deficit. That's the way he's got to look at it. This is the toughest opponent that he has had. He has faced the Blue Jays once before. He went 5 innings. But this time they are really trying to kick his ass in his own ballpark. And the stakes are the highest at which he's pitched in his pitching life. So let's hope that he comes through. He has been absolutely dominating over the last 6 starts. Over that span, the Yankees are 3-3. Personally, his record in that span is 1-1. He has thrown 33 2/3 innings pitched in his last 6 starts. just 22 hits in that span, 6 earned runs. That equates to a 1.60 ERA. He's got 39 strikeouts to just 11 walks, a 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, and he's pitched with a lot of poise. He's thrown at least 6 innings in his last 3 outings. He's already faced Toronto once this year, as I mentioned. In his second career start, he pitched 5 innings. He allowed 7 hits, 2 runs, no home runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. I think that he definitely has more weapons now than he had in that game. The curveball has been dynamite. His confidence in using the breaking ball early in the count has improved. And quite frankly, he's just learning how to pitch at the major league level. His last 3 opponents have not been that tough. Nationals, White Sox, and the Rays, not exactly 3 powerhouse teams. So it'll be interesting to see how he uses his new assortment of pitches and how effectively he's throwing strikes and how much he believes in his stuff tonight. I'm counting on a big start from Ken Schlittler. As we say, that is some good Schlitt. We got Trent Grisham back in there in the leadoff spot tonight. 30 home runs now. He has flat out been insanely clutch this year. Every time the Yankees have needed a big hit, he has come through in late inning spots. It feels like he is the one who delivers more often than not. Him and Jazz Chisholm have been like our 2 biggest clutch performers this year. And let's be real, nobody expected this. He has far exceeded expectations to the point where it almost makes me angry in retrospect that he spent so much time on the bench last year with Alex Verdugo starting over him. That looks like a mistake now. Here's the thing. Grisham is a free agent after the year. Last night on our show, Eric Kratz said that the Yankees would probably bring him back if he's willing to take a 4-year deal. And, you can see why. Spencer Jones has really struggled over his last 30-plus games at AAA. So the Yankees are almost certainly going to bring back at least one of Grisham or Bellinger. They could bring back both. But I don't think they're going to trust center field to Spencer Jones right out of the gate. I think they're going to make him earn it. I think he'll repeat AAA. And if he starts smashing AAA again, then maybe we'll see him back. But he was insanely hot for a while. He's really cooled off. I think there's a scenario where you bring back Grisham and Bellinger, where Grisham plays center field, Bellinger plays first base, and Ben Rice becomes your everyday catcher. We saw last night he's still not a finished product at first base. I'm not saying he can't play there, and I'm sure he would play there from time to time. But he's clearly more comfortable as a catcher. And look, Austin Wells, he's got some pop. He's a good framer, but the framer is going to be mostly irrelevant with the ABS system. And he's basically a 200 to 220 hitter so far in his career. So I'm not sure that it warrants giving him playing time over Ben Rice. I could see a situation where those 2 guys split time at catcher and JC Escarra kind of hangs around in the minor leagues again and comes up when you need him. But they cannot give up on Dominguez in left field. I think he will be back. He's cheap. And as you heard from Kratz last night, he's got so much potential. His swing stays in the zone for such a long time. I think the power is there. He's already shown it off. 3-homer game this year. Had that big walk-off. I think he's going to come around. Defensively, he needs some work. But we've also heard some rumors that Martian is working out at first base. That could be a situation where you play Bellinger in left, Trent Grisham in center, and play the Martian at first base next year. That's not unheard of. Switch inning first baseman with some power. You'll take it. Cody Bellinger, though, I want him back. Having a huge year. Got a chance to reach 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. His numbers are down in the last couple of days, but he's had a good year. On the season now, he has 27 home runs. I got to update the screen. But he's mashing. He's playing great defense. I feel like he's the perfect fit as a Yankee. I feel like he is just completely comfortable as a Yankee. I updated these stats early, but for whatever reason they didn't take. That happens on my software sometimes. Hitting 278, 27 home runs, 87 RBIs, 833 OPS, and a 331 on-base percentage. There we go. Now it's updated. He's got a shot to reach 30 and 100. And he's also been delivering in big moments. Timely RBIs, gold glove caliber plays in the outfield. Now with 20 games left, sitting on 27 home runs. Got a real good shot at crossing the 30 homer mark for the third time in his career. If he stays healthy, I think it's basically a lock. On top of that, 13 RBIs away from the century mark. If he gets there, paired with his power, his defense, and his general just good guy, good team player attitude, we're talking about a $200 million player, right? This is a big stage for him. This is a chance for him to impress some scouts, to maybe make a bid for a big contract this winter, to impress the Yankees. If he comes up big in this series, fans are going to be pissed if you let him walk. So let's hope that Cody Bellinger continues to play well. Over the last several days, I think his swing has gotten a little bit loopy, but I think he's about to dial it back in. He doesn't stay cold for very long. Aaron Judge. He didn't do particularly very much in Houston tonight. He is back in right field. Maybe that gets him going. Maybe he's one of these guys who's much more comfortable offensively when he's playing defense. I know he's dealing with the flexor strain, but really that shouldn't affect him all that much. If he's throwing the baseball, it can't be affecting his swing that much. If he wants to buck the label of not being a clutch player, this series would be a good time for him to begin his 2025 fall revenge tour. The only downside is that if he does start hitting, the Blue Jays have already proven that they're just not going to pitch to him. The trouble with that, though, is that, you do have some other guys that are hitting around him, right? Earlier in the year when the Blue Jays were basically giving him the free pass, there weren't a lot of other guys hitting. Right now, you got Trent Grisham hot, Ben Rice is hot, Giancarlo Stanton is hot. To a certain degree, Jazz is hot, and Austin Wells is heating up. Jazz, he's been hitting with the power, but his knees are a little bit banged up, so I'm not going to count on that. But Stanton has been red hot. Rice, been a hit machine, line drive machine. So if you don't pitch to Judge and you just walk him, you're creating more base runners and more RBI opportunities for these other guys, which, let's face it, one of these guys is eventually going to run into one. So you're creating more traffic, more potential for the crooked number inning, which the Blue Jays don't want to do. So Aaron Judge, going to have to, I think they're going to pitch to him early in the series. They're going to see what he's doing. And what's interesting is that he has done really, really exceptionally well against Kevin Gausman in his career, although Gausman got him earlier this year, but he has shown that he can hit Gausman when he's right. So if they challenge him early on, I look for, however Judge does to be kind of a, canary in the coal mine for how the series is going to go. Either way, if he smashes a home run tonight, if he gets a couple of hits, I think you're going to see them start to pull back and pitch away from him. If he makes outs, I think they'll continue to challenge him. Let's do our DraftKings weekend picks. And just a reminder, if you want to play along, you can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code FOUL. That is code FOUL for new customers to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. They also got a thing now where if you make that bet, you get over $200 off of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV, as we see the cat walk by. So tonight, my home run pick is Ben Rice. It's been a few days since he went deep, but it seems like he is built for Yankee Stadium. He's been finding the bleachers a lot. He's clearly very comfortable there. And if you're planning to walk Aaron Judge, you kind of have to go after the guys around him. You don't want to put a runner in scoring position. So I expect Ben Rice and Trent Grisham both to see fastballs early in the game, early in the count. Would not shock me if Ben Rice goes deep in the first inning. I feel like he's due. It's been a few days. Ben Rice is going deep. Saturday, I'm predicting Judge goes deep tomorrow. I think he's just going to lock it in. And not only a home run, I'm thinking a big home run. I'm thinking like a big situational home run where, that you don't want to pitch to him. You have to. Maybe you got 2 runners on. 3-run home run late in the game for Aaron Judge tomorrow on Saturday. Hopefully that'll give the Yankees a 2-0 series lead. We'll see. And then my third pick is Ryan McMahon. I love the way he's been swinging the bat. Obviously, he had a couple of hits last night, including a big home run to center field. Jimmy B. Card says vibes and dingers. I love it. It's all right there in front of us.
All right there in front of us.
DJ PX says he hopes his guys are well rested. They got in apparently pretty late, but you got to think that, having just played an intense series with the Astros. Winning 2 out of 3 is a big emotional charge that you get on the plane and you're feeling like you're accomplished, like you can rest, right? So maybe those guys got some rest on the plane. Maybe they put on the dulcet tones of me and Eric Kratz on Pinstripe Territory last night and dozed off to sleep, or, watched, a movie and passed out, hopefully nothing too intense, so that they got some nice sleep. I like to do that. I like to put on a boring movie and go to sleep, or at least a movie with a lot of dialogue. So let's hope that they got some, like 12 Angry Men or Lincoln or something, maybe a long drama, and they got some sleep on the plane. But those are my DraftKings picks. Ben Rice, home run tonight. Aaron Judge, home run tomorrow. Ryan McMahon, home run on Sunday. Again, bet $5 for $300 in bonus bets. Here's the boilerplate, then back with voice.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
It's just a reaction.
It's just a reaction. Let's get your voicemails here. This first one is about Trent Grisham.
Hey, Derek. First of all, love the show. First-time caller. Hopefully this gets played during the video. But honestly, Trent Grisham, what a dog, what a monster. 30 home runs. I would not expect that from him. I mean, he's going to get a bag, and I'm going to miss him a lot if he doesn't resign. I mean, what do you think about this idea? Trent Grisham stays as our center field. Re-sign Cody. Cody plays first since Paul Goldschmidt is going to be gone. And Ben Rice, starting catcher. Austin Wells off the bench. And Jason Dominguez will keep his spot on the left field. I think that, I don't know if the money might work, but if we could find a way, that would be a dream.
If you can make the money work, I 100% support that idea. But that would mean you need to make some upgrades in other spots too. I think you got to upgrade at shortstop. They're showing tonight that they don't have confidence in Volpe. Jose Caballero, maybe you bring him back as your starting shortstop, and then maybe you deal Volpe, right? You got George Lombard coming up at some point, but he's not exactly tearing the cover off the ball in the minor leagues either. So we'll see.
Hey, Derek, this is Dave from North Georgia. Just calling in about that whole incident with the bat. It's Friday afternoon. I'm just reflecting on last night's game and that bat check. I think what Boone did is an old trick that coaches use when they are very dissatisfied with the officiating of a game. And what he was doing there was making them work a little harder in the ninth inning. They're trying to get out of there and go somewhere, wherever their next assignment is. And he just, instead of arguing with them, pulled a good little trick by saying, let's look at this bat and make fools of them once again, because they didn't know what they were doing, as it showed how long it took them to come up with the right decision about having the bat be pulled out of the game. Even though Boone knew it wasn't going to affect that particular game, this whole thing was just done to shame these umpires, to say, you were awful, and I'm going to make you work a little bit harder. And I think that's what he was doing. I know I'm a former coach in a different sport that used to do that to officials at the end of a blowout game. I used to make them work a little harder just to show them that I was very dissatisfied with their efforts. So I think that's what went on last night. Anyway, that's my opinion. Thanks. Bye-bye.
First of all, I love that you did that. That is so very petty, and I like it. Wouldn't put it past Aaron Boone. That could be one of those like old school tricks or whatever. But yeah, I mean, think the bat warranted it. It clearly had some strange markings and so forth. Here's Ken.
Hi, Derek Kendall from New Jersey. Great win by the Yankees tonight. Probably their best win of the year, in my opinion, because they showed so much fight and emotion, led by Fernando Cruz and Rodon picking up Ben Rice after he made that error at first base. And with the refs working against them, not the refs, but the umpires working against them in Houston, for the Yankees to overcome all of that, show the emotion and fight. This is a team that, with the better left-handed bats that we have now than in past years, this team can beat Houston. And here's the big thing that we're overlooking. The Yankees are doing this right now with balance as far as the offense. If Aaron Judge can start hitting, this team can make a big run as long as Aaron Boone learns how to manage a bullpen.
I wouldn't count on that last part. I wouldn't count on that last part coming true. But yeah, I mean, the lineup balance is definitely better. I love having a bunch of powerful lefties. It's been a few years since we've had that, but hey, we are approaching the biggest series of the year so far. I am psyched. I know you guys are psyched. I'm going to be on after the show. Call in tonight. It's just going to be me tonight. I know we've had a lot of guests this week. I kind of wanted to just get some other people involved, but for this series, just going to be me for the first 2 games, and we'll have Terrence on Sunday as the Yankees take on the Jays in the second leg of the gauntlet, and let's have some fun. I'll catch you after the game. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and subscribe. Check out NYYDesigns.shop for some great merch. Support our sponsors. It helps keep the show going. And you can find us on all major audio platforms, so be sure to subscribe there too. But most importantly, come back again soon. We'll see you next time.